Alright, hi guys, DJ Sorn here for the Wicked Hour, bringing you a daily dose of magic and gaming. You might hear a little bit more gain than usual. I'm fiddling around with audio settings. A lot of people noticed my last couple batches of recordings have been a little bit low level. I still have a couple of those still saved up. I'm gonna try to tweak it. When I brought over my when I got into the new Windows 8, my D3D gear didn't come with me. I missed a file or something, like a program data, one of those hidden things. Fun shout out to D3D Gear. I'm not getting paid for this, I swear. They fixed that up like immediately. Like I told them like, hey, I like copied a link to my invoice and I was like, hey, could you guys just send me another copy? They just reopened the link and I downloaded it again, so it was all cool. As you guys will notice, we do not have the 700 gold. So I'm gonna have to pay for cash. Which really isn't that much. Wait. It'd be really awkward if I fail my own password. Oh, I didn't even have to authorize. Awesome. Great. So there we go. Yeah, I did that on camera. I know. Foolish me. So let's open up the military quarter. Now, fun fact about the military quarter, from what I've heard a long time ago, it was stupidly hard. This was pre Wrath of the Lich King, when it came back and people were like level 90, it got a lot easier. But the military quarter was arguably called the hardest quarter.
Please ignore the mind control stones next to Razuvius.
And this guy is like super hardcore badass mode. Yeah, his unbalancing strike just does 3 damage. It's like a super. This isn't like, you know, this wasn't a. Whose was it? His. No, not his. His, which was really, it was a deal 3 damage to the enemy hero. It was just the it was just an upgraded, like a +1 version of the hunter bow, which really, well, that was a pretty easy fight. That wasn't really that hard. In this case, it is deal 3. It's like an upgraded version of the Mage's fireball, and it deals 3 damage to anything. And this actually, I've seen this played. I haven't played it myself just yet, but I've seen it played, and it plays a lot like the raid instance. I'll tell you guys about it as we go through. For this, we get the Dancing Sword, which is like something I've been really stoked out for. We'll also get the Death Lord, which is also something I'm really stoked for. The Death Lord, it's going to be similar to the having the web spinner in your deck. On the one hand, it can screw you if it gets, like, say, a sea giant onto the battlefield. On the other hand, it can be really good if it gets, like, say, a Nyxia out onto the battlefield. Yes, on the one hand, when it dies, you have to deal with a Nyxia, but you don't have to deal with the whelps or anything like that. Like, it negates a lot of battle cries. So I think it's a really good deck. Legitimately, we probably, I don't know how well Zoo's gonna work, is the problem with this. Because I've seen someone, I saw a hunter deck try it, and they just got completely owned. But I mean, you know, Arzu, wow, frame drops. Our Zoo deck has it's done pretty well.
Instructor Razuvius.
You should have stayed home.
Alright, so right off the bat, we're gonna drop the Stormwind Champion and probably the Drangling Mechanic. Probably could have even dropped the Void Walker, but I'm gonna need some damage on the board. That's a little bit better. Alright, so the first thing we're gonna get is we're going to get a mind control crystal. And this is how this kind of plays out like the raid instance. Because in the raid instance, what he would do because he was just able to one-shot tanks. From the stories I've heard, he was super powerful, and you would need a priest who would like mind control the understudies and initiates around him, and you would kind of use the understudies to tank him while you, the rest of your guys kind of finished him off. I saw a priest deck beat him. We might have to use that, but here's hoping we don't have to. We're gonna go ahead and wait on that since we don't really need them. A Soulfire would be hilarious if we just got rid of the mind control crystal. Total troll. So he doesn't really do anything. Yeah. Obviously not gonna life tap. I'm just gonna go ahead and pull the mind control crystal shenanigans.
No! My students! Give them back!
So we can start wailing him down. He does have a little bit more health than most people, but you get these guys, so is it kind of worth it? Maybe, maybe not. We are gonna need to get rid of this guy though. There's no really easy way to do it.
We must cleanse the Sunwell.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and do this.
As you command.
Yeah. Finish him off a little bit later. One thing that's kind of interesting, I'd really like... Oh, he's gonna take out one of the initiates, I guess. Yeah. We'll be able to survive that and get rid of him. Not really getting rid of anything ourselves. Give us a random minion, another Voidwalker. How conveniently useful.
As you command.
So we'll just keep pushing this guy down. So this is the big one. It's a plus note. What's he gonna use this for? I think I'll go ahead and use that on him. Oh, never mind. You're not gonna lose anything. And I'm gonna go ahead and... Nah, yeah. He might have someone else. I'm gonna go ahead and take him out. It's gonna drop us down. So he's just gonna take the damage. Spectral Knight. This is kind of interesting because I don't really know of how many other things use this mechanic, the can't be targeted by hero powers. Like, I know, what is it? The, Fairy Dragon, or whatever. I know that can't be targeted, but I know there's a few others. Balls! This is not good. So we are gonna see him start doing a lot of damage to us. Acidy thingy. I kinda wish I had one right now. Cause that'd be really good! Cause he's just gonna keep freaking owning me. We're only gonna have 10 health after this. Yeah, it's not going very good, but we're fine. He has more, but you know, we'll survive. This is not looking very good. This is not looking good at all. Okay, it's okay though. We can pull this off. Damn it, no we can't. I was thinking we were gonna get a few more out.
The Frost Wolves stand ready.
I mean, we'll run blood away.
Death does not scare me. Oh, the Lich King!
That's a cool battle cry. I like his battle cry. And another Frostwolf Warlord. Hello, tables. Oh, fuck. Didn't play that right. Oh well. Oh, we really didn't play that right, because we could have gotten like a bunch of them out. Let's go ahead and trade off. See what we get. Elven Archer. Kinda sucks, because we could have had that battle cry. We're not going to trade him just yet. Trade you. 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 Fuck. 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 Use this next turn. Oh, balls. Do not notice. Please do not notice. Please do not notice. Please do not notice. He noticed. Fuck. Yeah, we're gonna need a different class. Zoo just doesn't have it. Zoo is made for a quick victory, and he, like with Loatheb, he has a lot of health, but at the same time, you know, Loatheb's a little bit better. Now, my Priest deck's been invalidated for a pretty long time, which is a bit annoying. But I'm pretty sure this is actually probably the deck to do it with. I got rid of someone, I can't even remember who now, but let's see. Mind Blast, yeah, we're gonna need some of these. We need, there we go, Acidic Swamp Oozes, probably a few of these. I'm probably gonna drop a Mind out for it. I know it's a little bit risky, but we're probably gonna mulligan a bunch of hands before we can get a good one. But here you go. It's kind of, I think it's a little bit fitting. I wouldn't be surprised if like the class challenge for Noxramas or for this section is a priest, because the priest was what you had to do for this one. So we can see, do not have anything good. Well, I got some decently good stuff for priest.
Versus Instructor Rasuvius.
You should have stayed home.
All right, so we have a Divine Spirit. That's good. That is a good one. Maybe drop the Shattered Sun Cleric and hope for a Inner Fire. Oh, Inner for Grizzly. That's all right. So, because we can, I'm actually going to go put out a Northshire Cleric. Is he seriously? Seriously! That's bull. That is just bull. No. No. I'm not putting up with that. That is bull. Just turn one. You're going to use the coin for the sole purpose of taking out a Shattered Sun Cleric. That is bull. I know that I'm at an advantage in that case. Like, I should have just finished the rest of that game, because he no longer had the coin. We would be playing with me having the first draw. Would have been way better of a game. But I'm just, that's bull. I'm not putting up with that.
The light shall bring victory.
I'm gonna go ahead and mulligan both of these. Just keep the Northshire Cleric. I'm not gonna be an idiot anymore, because obviously they're just gonna get immediately killed. There's nothing better to do.
No! My students! Give them back!
Because he's a D-bag. So we're gonna go ahead and pull out the Northshire Clerics. Clerics. You cannot Unbouncing Strike through, I think. Maybe incorrect. I think we're gonna see a Death Lord. Yeah, we're gonna see a Death Lord. Awesome. Perfect. Freaking fantastic. So let's pull out a
Right away.
I think I'm actually just gonna do this. It's a bullshit move, but I do not care. Oh my gosh, I can do it again. And pull a card onto the table. Oh, this is worse than Starving Buzzard. And I know it's worse than Starving Buzzard, and I'm going to do it anyway! We have Shadowward Pain on us. Oh, so it does actually work. That is bull. That is bull. So you have 2 or less. Yes, we have the Acidic Swamp Ooze. Very, very important to have. So we're gonna go ahead and own this guy. Shattered Sun Cleric. That's a bit annoying, but it's not unbearably so.
Right away.
Kill this guy. Heal. Oh man, look at this card draw. Pull out a Rune Blade, because obviously he's gonna take it out. That's bull. I think that's bull. That he can do that, that feels a little bit cheaty. Let's see, what can we do here? We can pull out an Iron Fur Grizzly, get a little bit more damage on the board, and we can Power World Shield, get a little bit more. We have a Silence, that'll come in handy if he plays anything weird. I mean, not in this case, but in a few other cases. Kind of wonder, can you do... You can! Aww. He looks really good. His golden form. I really like the Faceless Manipulator because it'll show off these golden card forms. So that's a little bit interesting. Can you... No, you cannot silence him.
Ready for action!
I mean, he's got to go through our taunts, so I'm totally cool to just start wailing on him.
They are bend to my command.
Now the Spiteful Smith doesn't seem that terrifying. Ooh, Mind Vision, please get us a Rune Blade. Ooh, actually.
Join me in death.
Nice.
For Kel'Thuzor!
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and already take that out. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this out as well, just so we have these guys. We have the Necro Knight as well as a Spectral Knight.
Not scare me.
And we have this guy coming out again. Hello, Massive Rune Blade. Hey, buddy. It'd be a shame if something were to happen to that. Suck it! Oh man, you have no idea how satisfying that just was. You have no idea, man. That was so satisfying. Can we not? We can't target that, by the way. We can't. Since it can't be targeted by spells and hero powers, we cannot do anything with that. So, you know, that's interesting. Let's see what play we can do here. I could do a Shattered Sun Cleric, so he will survive. Can throw off the Mind Blast, just get some 5 damage on the board. And then we can kill this guy pretty easily. Pull out a new... This is the Witch Doctor, which I probably would have preferred to have, but we'll survive. Yeah. Dancing Swords! Hello! That would be throwing something out on. We're gonna pull out a Divine Crusader though, and the Frostwolf Warlord to get a 10-10 on the board. And then we're gonna go ahead, punch this dude out. Pretty good. Go ahead and kill him. And then he is taking 10 damage in the face. I'm gonna go ahead and Divine Spirit this guy. Ooh, but we do have the Massive Rune Blade coming out. This is gonna take us. We are gonna take a little bit of damage, but we have lethal. So doesn't really matter. Oh, you know, that'd be great, except it doesn't really do anything. Put a random card in. Necro Knight. Sure, why not? Let's heal her up, maybe. Oh, and Bridle Off. Do we have anything like really cool we could do with?
Or die.
We can win if we kill everything else, so. Such slow. Okay, there we go. So yeah, priests. I like how they did this. Where I really feel like a priest deck.
Who will train my Death Knights now? I can't do it myself. I'm super busy.
I feel like that it's kind of cool that, you know, the priest deck is pretty much the best way to pull it off, is doing the priest deck. So next up.
If you give up now, I will tell Gothic not to turn you into a disembodied soul.
Yeah, this is cool. He has the Spectral Knight. Baron Rivendare is what we get this next turn. But since we lost the first round, I think this will be all for this episode. Join me a little bit later as we push our way through the rest of Noxramas. Alright, so I've been DJ Sorn here for the Wigan Brain Madden Gaming. We'll see you in a bit.